Good morning, degenerates, and welcome to another episode of Boring Crypto IO, the place where I read you the boring crypto news every morning, Monday through Friday, just so you don't have to. My name is not important, and I'm your host. Let's go. Arizona lawmakers seek to make crypto a tax-exempt property. That could be cool. Breaking: BlockFi uncensored financials reportedly shows 1.2 billion FTX exposure. Uh-oh. All right, y'all. Bitcoin. Where are we? And we had a little bit of a pullback from what I originally thought was going to be our nice, safe support line. We have pulled back and broke underneath it. Let's look at it on a 4-hour. Yeah. So we were bouncing on it, came up, hit it, broke under it. Now this is where it gets a little bit scary. Now, this could be one of two things. Our support level could be probably right around here if I move it. Or we have now turned support into what looks like potential resistance. We broke below it, came back up, and now we're hitting it. That's bearish if that's the case. If that's what we're looking at right now, guys. That's not a good sign. The question is, where will we fall if we do fall? Potentially these old levels like this 21,782, 21,365, etc., etc. Now, another additive to that story, potentially we could have a new support level probably right around here at the 22,544. The reason being is I'm looking at these wicks, right? Now, mind you, this breaking below support and then turning old support into resistance is a bearish sign, but what I'm seeing with these wicks, I'm seeing the price fall but instantly get bought back up, which is actually a really good sign. Same here with this wick right here. The question is, if we do fall, how far will we fall? But looking at both of these wicks right here, this one and this one, these are significant buy ups, which means there's a lot of buy orders in this level. So let's just put a line there and keep an eye on it for fun. For those of you that watch the channel on the regular, on the daily. Let's just make it red for shits and gigs. So if we fall again and we don't bounce off of this line, there's a potential we could break down to these other levels that we're talking about. But until we see that, the range I'm looking at is right up inside here, between that 22,336 and the 22,690, which is right over now, or the 22,738. Again, guys, do these. Just keep your eyes on this range right here, and see what we're gonna do. If we keep bouncing back and forth, that could be good, good swings if you're playing the swing trade game. Again, per usual, not financial advice. Trade at your own risk. Do your own research. I am not a financial advisor. All of the stuff. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at Ethereum. Ethereum is not looking as good. Ethereum had a very large pullback for what we were looking at right here yesterday, all the way down to this level of 1544. Broke below it, got bought back up, and now we're sitting on top of it. Let's look at it on the 4-hour. 4-hour. Yeah, I mean, we're riding it. We are riding right on it. But here's what's interesting about this level. This is what the support was back over here, back on the 23rd or 16th, excuse me. All the way, around the 15th, 16th. This was support, and then we broke below it, came back up again, became support again, then turned this and support broke through this. So this is actually, it looks like a bigger pullback, but it's not as bad. We definitely have a support line. Just like I said on Bitcoin though, guys, if we do break this, I mean, the next support would be right about here at the $1,500 level. But if we do break this, this 1544, and we go down, I'm looking at 14.6. Yeah, I mean, chart tells its own story, guys. So again, just like with Bitcoin, keep your guys' eye on this range. This looks to be the strongest range right in here. This 1544 to to 21 if you are playing the swings with leverage. Again, tight stop losses, trade conservatively, not financial advice. Besides that, let's rock and roll, guys. Let's get into the news. There's not a lot out there again today. I do apologize. I can't force news to be any more lively than it is. Let's go. Arizona lawmakers seek to make crypto a tax-exempt property. The headline sounds intriguing. I haven't read the story yet, but if this is true, that's what it sounds like. That's cool. All right. Should the bill pass the legislature, Arizona voters will decide whether virtual currency is tax-exempt as part of a November 2024 ballot measure. A lot of people will move into Arizona if that happens. Oh, taxes. Lawmakers in Arizona State Senate are considering a bill aimed at having voters decide whether virtual currency should be exempt from property taxation. In legislation introduced in the first session of the Arizona State Senate in 2023, Senator Wendy Rogers, Sonny Borelli, and Justin Wadsack, that poor last name, proposed having Arizona residents decide on amending the state's constitution in regards to property taxes. Should the measure pass this legislature, voters could choose in November of 2024 to make virtual currency, specifically tokens that are not a representation of the United States dollar or a foreign currency, tax exempt. Under Arizona's constitution, all federal, state, county, and municipal property are tax exempt, as are public debts, many household goods, and certain stocks of raw or finished materials, unassembled parts, works in progress or process, or finished products. A lot of jibber jabber, lawyer speak. Data from the Arizona Secretary of State indicates that there were more than 4 million registered voters in November of 2022 general election, with the state leaning slightly Republican. The bill SCR 1007 went through 2 readings as part of the state Senate's calendar on January 19th and January 23. Lawmakers in previous session have attempted to move forward on legislation related to crypto and taxes, such as a 2018 bill allowing residents to submit tax payments in crypto before then Governor Doug Ducey vetoed the bill. Rogers also introduced a bill similar to SCR 1007 in the second Senate sessions of 2022. However, the proposed legislation would face a different political climate than that of 2018 or even 2022, with Rogers, Borelli, and Wadsack, all Republicans, having either denied or questioned the fair and legitimate election of some state and federal lawmakers. Democrat Katie Hobbs narrowly defeated Republican Carrie Lake to become the governor of Arizona in the 2022 midterm elections. At federal level, sales and purchase of cryptocurrency are generally subject to capital gains tax in the United States. Lawmakers in different U.S. states have proposed various policies related to crypto and taxes, including Colorado Governor Jared Polis allowing residents to pay taxes in crypto, and Alaska, Florida, New Hampshire, Nevada, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Washington, and Wyoming offering 0% capital tax gains to potential investors. I'm in Tennessee. I didn't even know that. Sweet. Well, guys, what do you think about that? Are you in Arizona? Are you excited about this? Are you going to vote for it? Let me know. Comments down below. And last story, again, like I said, there's not much going on. Let's just rock and roll with it. Breaking BlockFi, uncensored financial reportedly shows 1.2 billion FTX exposure. Yeah. BlockFi had money in FTX, just like a lot of other people. The documents previously censored financial information relating to FTX and Alameda Research, but uncensored copies were released by mistake. Right. Bank rep crypto lending firm BlockFi has reportedly uploaded uncensored financials by mistake, revealing a 1.2 billion in assets tied up with bankrupt exchange FTX and related trading firm Alameda Research. According to a January 24th report from CNBC, the unredacted filings show that as of January 14th, BlockFi had $415.9 million worth of assets linked to FTX and a whopping $831.3 million in loans to Alameda. The previously censored financials were leaked as part of a presentation put together by M3 Partners, which is an advisor to the creditor committee, and has reportedly admitted The filing was uploaded in error. The correctly redacted November 24th declaration relates to the creditor committee's objection that BlockFi is seeking to pay key employees $12.3 million in retention payments despite their limited operations and assets. According to the subsequent filing, the redacted portions include trade secrets or confidential research, development, or commercial information. On November 29th, during the first day hearing of its bankruptcy proceedings, BlockFi's lawyers said the figures were $355 million stuck on FTX and $680 in loans to Alameda. I'm assuming that's $680 million. But the value of the funds has increased with the price of Bitcoin since then. Now, okay, before I finish the story, this is what's really I'm finding kind of a nice little caveat to the story. What you're hearing a lot of people talk about right now, guys, in the crypto space is that we didn't go as low as we quote unquote should have because of all of these exchanges going insolvent. The idea is that because so much Bitcoin and other tokens are locked up on these exchanges that have gone insolvent because they've halted all withdrawals, etc., there hasn't been as big of a sell-off as we might have expected, which is actually kind of supporting the price. And I gotta admit it, I kind of lean in that direction as well. So reading stories like this, it just makes more sense. You know, the fact that there's so much Bitcoin and who knows what else, you know, I'm assuming Ethereum, etc., still locked up on these exchanges while they go through all these trials, and who knows how long this goes. I mean, if you guys have been around for a while, I'm sure you've heard of the whole Mt. Gox scandal, debacle, whatever you want to call it. And those tokens are finally, this is years, like 6, 7 years, 8 years, something like that. Those tokens are finally getting scheduled to be released off of the whole Mt. Gox situation. So it's intriguing, something to think about. You know, this is why we haven't gone down as far. This is as shitty as it was. This could potentially have propped up the market. Just a little food for thought, something to think about. Moving on. While BlockFi has attempted to separate itself from FTX and Alameda throughout its bankruptcy proceedings, the state of financial obligations between the firm is complicated. On July 1st, FTX's U.S. arm extended a $400 million line of credit to BlockFi after the lender was caught up in a contagion caused by the collapse of Terra's algorithmic stablecoin on May 10th. The loan is set to expire on June 30th of 2027 and has an interest rate of 5%. The deal also provided FTX US with the option to acquire BlockFi for a variable price of up to $240 million based on performance triggers. On November 28th, BlockFi also sued a holding company of Sam Bankman-Fried's Emergent Fidelity Technologies, seeking collateral that the firm has pledged to pay on November 9th, including shares in the online brokerage Robinhood. BlockFi filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on November 28th, citing the collapse of FTX just weeks earlier as the cause of its financial troubles. Cointelegraph contacted BlockFi and M3 Partners for a comment, but did not immediately receive a response per usual. Nobody talks to these guys. They write their own stories just for shits and giggles. Well, guys, what do you think? Comments down below. Do you think we're going to go lower? Do you think we're not going to go lower, like I said, because all of these tokens are locked up on all of these exchanges that are stopping withdrawals? Again, let me know in the comments down below. If you are trading, trade conservatively, take stop losses. If you do enjoy the content that I provide on this channel of boring crypto news, please, guys, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on that little bell for notifications, and I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow. I'm out of here.